Nkokonavu wasuzeyo tano mzee
nje tuli yes
bigenda bitya
atenze nina kyenumwa
jata nditandike mpola mpola oyina intention y'okwambala red ne yellow
etya ffe bwe tuba twambala amasuuti gaffe twambala esaati ejamu
yonene ejamu gyogenda nayo
abazungu baali bakola esaati eno bamanya nti egenda genda mu Uganda omuli ebyo ebyobusiru bya
anti gwajambadde gwasalawo
kankubuulire
nga bolasala n'ogamba ttaka
what you don't know I pity Africans in 1980 kala ya post office yali ya green era bw'ogenda emabega w'ekizimbe kino omumeme kye yatwala notula kugundi ku mbaawo zaakyo waggulu kuliko green aba UPC ne bagaa nti nedda tukikyuse green color ne bagijjako entebe za parliament za green tebatulamu waliwo minister Kawanga Batume yagenda mu minister ya transport nga state minister of transport n'asanga omusajja wa UPC former minister mu government ngataddemu entebe myufu n'azijjamu. You spend money because of colors.
So tulina okuvaawo awo
ebyo titubiriimu
kale kati subire teriyo nsonga lwaki wasazeewo
motoka ezange waliwo mukazi wange wa DP nzitambuliramu n'ebipande byazo babulira n'omuzikiti n'olyanga omunye abazinyi balina eddoboozi eddungi do you just convert to Islam?
Hapana.
No for us we are mature.
Lwaki nkyogedde
tuwuli abaga even my blood is yellow you are stupid.
Mayi lwaki nkyogedde oyina ensonga lwaki oyambala kakofira ka yellow olwensonga yo M7 so mbadde manyi oyina ensonga lwaki otwambalidde saati ya red
akakofira kano nakaleeta for empowerment era singa baali basobola okububbiramu baali buleesi nze nasooka okuwambala kofiira kannaki ngamba where do we call over bukofiira ame evuddeyo simanyi redi yafaani nebaga no a case was decided in 1969 oba tebayawera ebibiina byobufuzi mu 69 ne colors yaziwera beni kiwanuka yali musajja mugezi looya tabangawo wano bano babbi n'agenda e Masaka omusajja ayambadde kala za DP yagenda e Masaka mu kibuga ne bamuyoola ne bamutwala mu kkooti beni n'abaga nti abasiraamu bagamba nti abali mu jjana bali mu byeru ne bya green ba DP. So it was ruled political parties colors don't belong to political parties.
Eyo tuveyo katusumulule STV the shop talk
olwali sali tuuse wano
chichate
I had to remove my hammer to put senses to some people. Oluguudo mu lusibye
sokoleke
naye temuyinaawo walala
enyonde tekumenya
abalala mwekambabuulize abakola enguudo bano mu basaasire abo nokukola with them nti babba 80% abakola enguudo bamala okubba 80% basigalawo 20%. Kakati 20% bano abasajja gye bakolera
okola oluguudo
ekinana baba akibba ojjawo oluguudo olukolebwa luno kati wanoona bizinesi avadde enfuufu mpitirivu enguudo bazikola kiro naye tebalina gundi tractor zirina bitaala
bweyogera nno oluguudo lwaffe
mutunule oluguudo lwammwe bwe baba bakola oluguudo mulowooza nti lunene bwe bayiwa kolasi bayiwa bwe kati why money is stolen by the thickness ey'oluguudo kibula mwe luba okukola oluguudo ng'ebituli potholes sente baba bazibbye
bakola ku 20%.
Kakati bano sente ze babbye buno obusajja mu bulaba twakita bbiri bwetoloozi kubanga bukolera ku 80%.
Oluguudo
ekinana baba akibba
according bali batwala tenda bagamba nti bajja ddumala by December 2019
sente bazibba
tuli mu December 2020 oluguudo terunabwa katusumulule STV the sharp talk tugatandika n'emboozi yaliwo wiiki ewedde tujjukira nti omukulu akulembera ebyokulonda Justice Simon Byabakama ya issuing a summons eri aba political candidates wa n.u.p Robert Kyagulanyi Center muno wa FDC Patrick Amriat Oboy wamu ne minister minister Kasolo minister wa microfinance kati nno olunaku olujjo lwe badde balina okubeera nga bagenda ku kakiiko ka electoral commission wabula tebasobodde n.u.p yakiikiriddwa omwabadde lawyer waabwe Medad Lubega Sseggona ne mubeeramu omwogezi w'ekibiina ne Muwanga Kivumbi ne bagamba nti candidate waabwe teyasobodde kubanga abeera olw'ensonga ali mu mambuka akuba campaigns ne basuubiza nti olunaku olwaleero olwokubiri ssaawa 3 ajja kuba asobola okuba nga atuuka kakiiko k'ebyokulonda babannyonnyole lwaki bamusamoninze naye nga musamoni electoral commission gyagaba yagamba nti baviolatinze oba bavode ebiragiro bya ministry of health. FDC Patrick Amriat Oboy naye teyasobodde kubeerawo. Bonna ate bagambye nti asobola okuyitirawo nga 19 omwezi guno bw'anaaba agenda okuba campaign mu Emukono. Kino kitegeeza kyo Mukukunavu Joseph Tamale.
Akakiiko kafu.
Bw'ogamba nti akakiiko kafu ate nake kali mu kutegeka akalulu ka 2020 kitegeeza n'akalulu kafu.
I'm more important to this country than the Electoral Commission. And why am I involving in these things? I'm involving in these things because I have a candidate in this election.
Who's you? President Museveni?
Yes. And what they are doing, they are denting Museveni's victory. All of these people you see, the Electoral Commission, the Bobiwine, the opposition, the police, are denting Museveni's victory.
Why?
Why? One, an election commission, baba leta bamacha bombi nabagambye nti oyo musajja yali DPP n'awaabira Besigye omusango nti yakutte omukazi after 2 years byabakama was a DPP, which means why did Besigye keep quiet? Besigye yali kubanga the intention of Besigye's rape cases was a holding charge to deny him access to the voters. Toyinza kuvunaana musajja rape after 2 years. Any elementary law lawyer would know he was DPP. How can you have tukimanyi ffenna ti omwana baba mu filings tanaaba omukazi semen forceful entrance struggle. How could Besigye be charged with rape after 2 years? There was no case. The DPP byabakama knew.
Why do you say that akakiiko k'ebyokulonda kafu? Kitegeeza n'akalulu kekitegeka kafu.
Nti oyo ye bamuleetera ddala Besigye ne yeesirikira ng'amanyi kyonajja kuvuluka tebamuopposing. That was a bad choice.
Njagala okole analysis ng'okimanyi tuli mu COVID-19. Anti
two ne babaleetera bannoofisi bombi. There's no way you can say ti akakiiko akalina omulimu omunene bwe butyo ate mu myaka ebiri kakola ttaamu bbiri ne kagenda. What's the intention? To accumulate experience. Naye kakati bano bombi ba novice. Buli omukazi baleeta musiraamu ye tayogera simanyi bateekamu omusiraamu gender balance. Yes, if you want a Muslim, get a competent Muslim. There are many competent Muslim women around. They don't need to incompetent Muslim because you just fight. If the Muslim, you tell the Muslim, there are many Muslim women who are competent. Kakati unaiba mujia musomero ne kafa. Kakati two, the law, the election law, in which this man is
Mukukunavu Tamale Mirundi kati sokube tube mketereza mukatono ninga njagala okukakasa nti okyali mulabi mulungi gwakyekumidde ku STV The Sharp Talk tunulira ensonga bwe zigenda maaso mu ggwanga. Mukukunavu akyageza kunnyonnyola oba okuwa analysis ye engeri akakiiko k'ebyokulonda gye kakolamu emirimu gyakyo wamu n'okuba samoni gye baawadde aba presidential candidates omuli Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu ne Patrick Amriat Oboy. Njogera okujjukiza nti Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu okusinziira ku abo bamukiikiddwa olunaku olw'eggulo baagambye nti olunaku olwaleero ssaawa 3 lwagenda okubanga alabikako kakiiko k'ebyokulonda. Omukukunavu agambye nti ko konna kafu tugende maaso.
You see, kakati the role of the committee, the commission, is to create constituencies. Who creates constituencies in Uganda? The commission would create constituencies according to the population. Kakati bwe kyebakola census te corresponding na kakiiko, which means the role of creating constituencies was taken by the movement caucus under Nankabiro. That's why they gerrymandered the constituencies ngona cities.
The Electoral Commission
the electoral law was passed without the involvement because these are parliamentarians who are selfish. The Electoral Commission does not have powers to discipline nominated candidates. you are always dominate.
Kankweka information katono nnyo.
Tibayina buyinza.
Ku nsonga ya new constituencies nabuuza omwogezi wa Kacooka ebyokulonda ne mugamba baforminze 46 new constituencies at your watch ate nga wali wafulumya budget ya 846 billion zino sente zinakola okulonda mu ino constituency zigenda vaawa nangamba bajja kuda minister ya finance.
Omweka nkobolire I've written this book nze mbayamba nnyo nawandika akatabo ku Besigye the mocking of Dr. Besigye nembagulya Besigye ekyali n'abamuleesa nempandika akatabo kano nga Besigye yaga nti bamuharasinga I read my
put to blame
nempandika COVID these are baby monkeys balaba frames z'omuliro ekimazo obuto bwa nti kituuka ddieno bebabbi b'omu COVID ne bagenda wa president ne bampaabira nabaga mugere muwabire mu kooti nga batyayo bagenda bwakaliisa bakaliisa ne muteeka ku ttaka nempandika akatabo kano nembagamba nti you are changing the methodology lining behind the candidates and the ballot security ballot are just methodology methods. You have not solved the issue. You cannot solve the question of independence by lining up. Byonna bye nabagamba byatuukirira nempandika akatabo kano nti Museveni succession will be bloody mwina wa rivaling groups bili era zibatawanya kano ka media nakujja kabasomeramu akali kambabuulire electoral commission power gyeyina eriruddawo it did not create constituencies, it did not participate in making the law. What are the powers of the electoral commission? It can caution. Why do I call Bobiwine to the electoral commission when I don't have its advice? Why don't you arraign him before court? Because he's violating a law.
I think already in a policy court bail.
Two, let me tell you. Bobiwine, when you read this book, Bobiwine, this one,
the rise and the making of Kyagulanyi.
Mbabuli abali abamukozesa. Ate government the moment you fail to diagnose a disease, tosobola kufuna vaccine uchu.
Ninga government emumanyi.
Tebamanyi bamunda bebamukozesa. Kakati ye wabazanyira tukita reverse psychology. Nti Kyagulanyi akola atya. How does he play his games with the police? Eyatandika this man byabakama is a referee. If a referee awards a penalty kick to one of the teams and the teams out of that team that is awarded a penalty kick against it and they say no, we shall not, then the referee must do one thing, leave the match, or he should not in the future award another penalty kick kubana bo bajajigana. Kakati abasajja abafuga Kyagulanyi bagezi nnyo kuba bene ali basoka ne bajjako gone bamumma sente Besigye
nitulabanga ate weddamu recently wagamba nti yabaddukako
anti kyenkubuulira nti how did he come about, because it has been changing as a chameleon depending on the environment. Kakati Kyagulanyi abamuhandulinga bagezi nnyo. Do you of the two parties the people power that is headed by a Muyaga, a so-called marijuana smoker, a man who cannot be president of Uganda, what he did, he organized nominations internally by consensus. You did not see a procession of any of Kyagulanyi people powers candidates. What happened is when NRM was the first to violate the law. Not the processions. And when this man was watching, the chairman of the electoral commission must operate like a UNEB. UNEB marks exams, but it also monitors when the students are sitting. But Kakati, when this man sat in his chair, comfortably, watching the NRM people violating the law. But Kyagulanyi, because of his handlers, good handlers, did not violate the law initially. No. When Tango Doi was asked, you man, what are you going to do to these NRM candidates who have organized processions to nomination centers? As if nomination is required. Nabaganti, or if you bikola, abagendo kugeza baligenze bwerere. to expose your nakedness. Bakuwa omukazi nga bategedde nti batule y'amaanyi. But we put on casuals. We dress properly. Kakati aba violating a rule bali NRM first. This man failed to award a penalty kick against NRM. When Otango Doye was asked that what are you going to do to these people who have violated the rules? Do you know what he said? They will face different measures. This was not violating the party rules. They were violating a law concerning COVID-19, the electoral law. And he asooka.
Aba NRM
bebasooka.
Kati omuntu nenebuuza
how much penalty yagano jiwa bali.
Electoral Commission is stretching how far more primaries.
Let us move. After nominations, before nominations, aspiring candidates were given freedom to go and consult. Bobiwine bamugana ng'omusajja oyo asirise n'alimu okuwa bano penalty.
Electoral Commission nga basise.
Ne bagamba scientific election will demand that we shall convert support using both electronic media and printing. Bobiwine n'asasula ssente z'embaali mu radio ne bamugana ng'omusajja atudde bw'oti.
Ne mu Spice FM Mboima ne bamugana
nga byamukama atudde bw'ati. Tamanyi nti bano abahandolinga Bobiwine baprovokinga government into a battle.
Okay.
That's why handling Bobiwine became a problem. Is he a victim? Bobiwine n'asasula ssente mu hoteli ekiryandongo omupoliisi n'amugana okusula n'asula ku road side. The man kept quiet, comfortably quiet. Ya mukama a referee. He cannot award a kick, even a corner kick.
Is he compromised?
No. Tamanyi byakola.
Ebyaddala.
Bali abakozesa ono bakuba ono tukiyita reverse psychology. I must present myself as the victim. You cannot be a victor and a victim. So Bobiwine has earned himself the victim's role. When I go to radio, kakati, how can you nenkubuulira. When the president, Mr. Museveni yankolera ebintu ngebi, very important. He educated me at the university. He gave me a job where I used my influence to educate my children, including going abroad, have an educated family. 3 expose. Natambulanga ne president. Ensi yonna nenjitambula. Kakati, when a president visits a country, what happens? The host country takes over security. Abeera n'ababe bameka. Because if these people want to arrest you, they can arrest you. Oyina abaserikale bameka. Era emmundu zigendera ku nnyonyi. Ne balisa eri gye bamuwa security ne ADC. Why? He trusts the host country.
True.
His security chichi. Kakati, Electoral Commission, what should the Electoral Commission do? Electoral Commission takes over the responsibility to protect the candidate like a host country to protect a visiting president. Bobiwine bamukubira mu premises Electoral Commission. What did this man do? When things became hotter, he wrote to the Inspector General of Police. What did the Inspector General of Police do?
Yamusaba evidence.
If you wrote to the Electoral Commission, to the Inspector General of Police, why don't you write to Kyagulanyi and others? Kakati ne bw'abayita public ye yaggwa. Public ye maze okutegeera. Fe Abaganda tulina proverb nnungi nnyo eringa mu traffic. Omuganda akugamba nti if you quarrel with somebody and you injure him, you are guilty. Ow'olubale tebawoza naye.
Abalwadde yalumiziddwa.
A vehicle knocked from behind, ono yali guilty. Why do you drive near me? Kakati Kyagulanyi ng'amaze okugenda mu process eyo n'oga nti omusajja ono amuli yati yajjamu ebigere nga bamuggyemu najja mu kyemba mu gundiyo n'omunominatinga. How can you nominate a barefooted candidate? Yali mutuuzizaawo n'amugamba please where are your shoes?
Yes.
No, I cannot go. Bakungulire engatto. Nabaga nti President Museveni yabasinza public relations. Bakwata omusajja Professor Newton Ojogo mu nsiko ng'enviiri zikuze yali kula kwena bw'ati ne bamukwata ne bamubuulira Museveni nti they have arrested Ojogo gundi oyo Newton Joe. Museveni had to take him to direct the people, the Bamutwala Musaluni, the Bamguli and Gatempian and Suti to appear in a press conference. How can a chairman of the Electoral Commission in his right senses, with all of the aides, are he barefooted? What type of chairman of the Electoral Commission is this? Take it over. Museveni yazimbira nyina wakoni yamugulira nyina wakoni ennyumba ati one time gundi nyina wakoni yagamba abaana bange bano waliwo abatabula Museveni ne Kony baana be. Do you see the Chief Justice oyo gwe mulaba oyo mumumanyi Chief Justice Owinye Dolo was a lawyer of the rebels.
Yali nedda omulimu guno za gwali ku intermediate
yali lawyer wa rebels. Yes,
okay.
Yes, he was a lawyer for the rebels because bali yolayizinga nti bali biba demanding ati babimanyi nga bwenda bamutani wange wano bangaye nti jo yali wano n'abagamba why doesn't the president negotiate with the Bobiwine? I told him no. The court Museveni does not need to talk to Bobiwine because the Ugandans will, by voting will decide. After elections, Museveni awangudde. It is mandatory in the constitution to call the opposition leaders and talk to them. His initiative was rejected by Besigye and Nambo Zembo Aina Kazito. Kakati nkugamba nti today oyo yaggwa dda. Toyinza kulaba musajja gwe basuziza mu mpewo ekiryandongo n'otavaayo. Nolaba omusajja atambula n'engatto ebigere barefooted. No sirika barefooted. No, there must be standards. I cannot nominate a candidate who is barefooted. Abasajja ogenda okubayita amuli yati bamukwatidde embalala nga ye passenger OCA yasoma traffic. I will buy a copy of the elementary traffic rules. Ono amuli yati ali mabega ku boda boda bwe batwala mu court. What type of brain do you have that a passenger can be charged?
Batwala abadde avuga.
Batwala amuli yati n'omulamuzi n'atula mu ntebe ne sejjembe. You are denting in Museveni's election. That's why I come in and attack you.
So mumateeka balina kutwala abadde.
Nolaba omusajja. What's the role of these policy guards? I know in an election, after a rally, you go back and strategize. You review the earlier rally, not to face the same problems of the next rally. What do you do? Bobiwine, abaprovoking, is paying of reverse psychology in nature. Bobiwine alinga Besigye. Besigye bw'omugamba nti toyita mu kibuga ize waayita. Bobiwine n'akugamba nti we are walking to work. Yes, gentleman. But government has failed to create jobs. Then how do you walk to work when there are no jobs? Mutwe nga police tekitegera cannot take advantage of this.
Reverse psychology.
Reverse. Because the public doesn't know. If government does not create jobs, then you cannot walk to work. Walk to work would mean that the government has increased the prices of fuel, then let us abandon the vehicles and walk to work. There is nobody who is sensible enough in the police, in the government, to say that this man is a liar. Expose him to the population.
Walking to work.
I can't look at this incident. Bobiwine drives to go through a certain town and the police blocks his way. Why? In the middle. That there is a candidate there. A candidate going through and addressing a rally, in two rallies, is different. Yes. Why don't you escort this man? Because if you don't allow him, you are protecting the man who does not have support. Immediately people see Bobiwine, they will abandon the other rally. It's not his problem. Kakati, police eno gye baawa Bobiwine bagimuweera ki to communicate with the police. Does Bobiwine drive himself? No. If these policemen who are guarding Bobiwine would determine tomorrow's program, where do we go through? Because you have Uganda is a small country. You have communication.
So police inakubanga dealing ne security je bangu.
Atajja acha batumeregane. Neno ne mujjo. These people are denting Museveni's victory. Like in the parliament, Bategera, the 75-year cap they only needed 75 2/3 majority in parliament. They created a stampede in parliament. Lukwago ne Segona, celebrated lawyers, went to court. Court order. There is no judge who can give parliament a speaker court order. Parliament cannot stop in the middle. Speaker in when parliament is in progress, the speaker passes through another door. When the parliament is has closed its work, the speaker goes through another door. So what was this judge? These are celebrated lawyers, Segona and Gund and Lukwago. Omulamuzi yabawati to dead. Ndiye ne constitution yankaga musamu bagipasinga mu parliament. When helicopters were hovering over parliament, we are going to do the same. So these people are the electoral commission, the police are denting Museveni's victory. Bakolagana ne Uganda. Kubaga katibirize. Omusajja gw'otaakondeminga mu police nga bamugalidde ebweru n'asula mu mmotoka. Yes, Bobiwine ebibanda yabimanyiira okusula ebweru. But forget Bobiwine, and this is the reason. Beerabidde Bobiwine omubanda wa Kabaka ne presidential candidate. This is a different digital reinvention in politics. Reinventing means I have now a new image. Niweerabire gye wandaba. Kakati Bobiwine yasulanga mu bibanda. Kati tasula mu bibanda. Naye gwe chairman w'electoral commission n'otulya omusajja ng'alina ku roadside anaaba ku makya nebota abaana bange baali baagala kunzita. Are you going to defend this?
Does this
kakati gwe omusajja eyasuze ku kubo bw'oyita mu kakiiko.
Does this subject electoral commission to investigation?
Anti nkubulya tayina ya losing a penalty. That's why you don't understand these Europeans and Americans. The Americans have found out that this man is useless. The electoral commission. They are now inciting Museveni. Deal with these people who are assumed to be in power. Chibaba innocent people, our army officers. But Bagamba, Bagamba no yemufu. Kakati it is up to Museveni to save his victory. Kankusomeri wa.
Anagisaving nga jogambe electoral commission ife no kumulangira.
Electoral commission infu nkugamba. Powering tear gas. Powering tear gas, when you study tear gas powering, is selective.
How?
Whenever the police powers tear gas, they are undermining Museveni. Effect ya tear gas, embuzi zirwala ebisolo birwala abaana bakola. Omukazi alina akaana kakakolola bakuba tear gas akutamatinga Museveni. Tear gas is selective. Museveni agwa. Sobola bamujja abapoliisi bamujja ne mu bibuga ne bamutwala mu byalo bakubireyo tear gas.
Wali abagamba ne bakuba tear gas bamunaalumanya ne Salumanya. Salumanya agamba lwaki bakubye tear gas Bobiwine ayagala kibwa president abayisewo.
Yes. Reverse psychology, the police is using reverse psychology, the electoral commission is reacting to reverse psychology, which it doesn't know. And the government doesn't know the reverse psychology effect.
The police orders.
Powering tear gas. This is another area which Bobiwine handlers have exploited to the maximum. I have always urged that firing tear gas in order to disperse Bobiwine's rallies backfires on Museveni and ends up helping Bobiwine. 1. The population is not aware that Bobiwine violates the electoral laws. This is because the public is not aware of this law.
The lack of civic education.
Hey. Bamukubira ki? Ye Museveni ngankube ekungana ye rap, defilement, byanjawulo. If we went, a couple goes to honeymoon after being married officially in a church, and they find the prostitutes there on the same mattress, color of the mattress, the same bed, the same room, the same lighting. When the police raids that hotel, the married couple does not run away. The police run away. They are using the same tools. The prostitute couple and the married couple are using the same tools, human tools. They are using the same mattress, color, the same color. They are using the bed sheets, the same color, which makes one illegal and another one illegal. one is officially married,
and
the other one was prostitutes. So when people see Museveni addressing rallies of Ferire, they don't know that Museveni follows the law. This one does not follow the law.
Of opposition.
And the public doesn't know. They too. Omusajja bamubonyabonya.
Pulsadi ya yero tulabye possessions. Era abantu beebuuza lwaki ye President Museveni wasn't someone.
Walabye ko Museveni ng'akubalale Museveni insists on that group. Bayogereramu. Era yakugamba nti baonulukazi nange mbadvisinga bwadvising because the onulukazi these COVID mafias created trouble for us. They took the money thinking that COVID was here will be here for 3 months.
Mzee Tamale.
Kakati if the public was aware nti COVID wali tebalize.
Anti labayo public is aware COVID wali. Era bali aware budget 49 billion bazifulumia okola masses. So who is to blame here?
Museveni naye alimba. I don't agree with him. If the team to handle COVID failed, descended in Bazibba, the same people cannot now move to one. We must overhaul the system, get people, get a new gun. Later is a bagoba. But Diana is a bagoba, that's the problem. But Diana, no, Mukonso, Nabang, and Ukumpa, wa president, Mbalemese Zagun. Abagobe, Ubagua, Jaguar, change a Jaguar. These people in northern Uganda cannot vote a change. Ababunya, Nedwario with Yarite Kamukan. Who is to blame here? And the public doesn't know. That's my problem. The public has been made to believe that Bobiwine is a victim. When Bobiwine flouts the law, in the same way, Besigye became a victim. That's why religious leaders and other key players don't pressurize Bobiwine, they pressurize Museveni. Ngeza Museveni tebazikuba izo Museveni tebazikuba kuba yagoberera amateeka. Izo no bazikuba tagoberera amateeka. Kakati public yote manyi. It doesn't know. Nkugambe ensonga ey'okubiri. As Museveni strictly observes the law by addressing only 200 delegates, his party candidates his party candidates through though violated in full glare of the media cameras. Babala mubakuba enkungana. Ne babala bani mundu kuba bayina ekibinja ky'ababbi ekibalimu. Bayina okulya ssente. Bayina okuorganizinga. Kakati bano bw'atabakwatako be bamutira ate ekiki. Kubanga you cannot say, that's my argument. You cannot blacklist senior army officers because of what is going on. First of all, how is the army involved? The army is involved in elections because the Ugandans respect the army more than the police. That's why the army has found itself for doing police work. 2, if you blacklist these officers, are you saying that they have rebelled against their commander-in-chief? How can you reprimand a policeman when Ochola goes scot-free? Mutwe, ngalabi. Nabazungu bayinamu engalabi. Wait, nkugamba. Nti Museveni nga strict observes the electoral rules, babala muti bakikola. Ne nkugamba, bakikola in front of cameras. This means that Museveni's government and the Electoral Commission are put in an awkward position. This works in Bobiwine's favor. The mafia elements in the police fire tear gas in front of cameras as the rallies on the other hand continue. Exam 7 is to tear gas.
Anti when you're going to be able to
yakulibira rules.
Ngovude mugobe
abanga t-shirt za yero bonna siba Museveni bagala to pressurize Museveni yakubira la kawise Museveni yasiba sente
anti ri abagamba nabamba t-shirt za wenda bamusiba red.
You can't tell an ordinary Ugandan all the world that NRM leaders are not violating the law without the consent of the president. Therefore, government cannot defend itself that such incidents are the work of the mafia in the government. Ba mafia bebabikola. Naye tuyinza kugamba bantu kyenkugambe nti kakati gotegeeza nti basabiti bajemera mukama waabwe. Why do you single them out? Are they rebels?
Ayo tugenda tukayo nabo
finally, a critical look at the police reveals that selective powering of tear gas adversely affects Museveni and NRM candidates' popularity. This is so because a directive or a call for ceasefire must be observed by both parties, not only one side. If one of the parties violates the ceasefire, it triggers defiance from the other side. The impact of tear gas on the population also affects the NRM supporters and leaders, as well as innocent people are targeted, including schools, hospitals, and the entire population. Tear gas is applied selectively, and whenever you see police firing tear gas, you know it is intended to undermine Museveni and then NRM candidates. Kano kapia. Kano kapia.
Bakagule bafune ku information emala. Well, wetwogerera n.u.p presidential candidate.
Nakawandise. Osadi by Tamale Mirundi at Kabalagala. Thursday 10th December 2020. Read it. Buy it for the police. Mukagule mutegeere nti police
Robert Chagulanyi Center mu NUP presidential candidate likumpiddwa ku electoral commission jagenda okuba summoned by electoral commission abekubya annyonnyola lwaki violating amateeka ga COVID-19 omuli SOPs bafulumya ekitongole ky'ebyobulamu. Bwe tweyongerayo ku nsonga y'emu, poliisi ng'eyita mu mwogezi waayo afande Fred Enanga yavuddeyo n'egamba nti media council ina okubanga eregulatinga abo bonna bannamawulire abagenda okukola mu kaseera kano aka campaigns.
Where is the media council?
Olinga ga media council
eriwa niba nabasajja nimwe babazaalawa. Let me tell you, these people are not informed. Government enacted a law, the 1995 Media Act, which recognized journalism as a profession, as the level of medicine and law. I urged at that time, Mzeteka naliwakanya, nibaga nti nze sayina degree. I said, okay, a degree, is it killing a person?
A degree in media.
Anti-teka likugamba. A teka likugamba. Established a professional body for journalists, the National Institute of Journalists of Uganda, n.u.p. The last president of n.u.p. was my sister Nabusai, n.u.p. Yafa. Teri yo professional body ya Uganda, Yafa. Noyogera police nga tumanyi nti ekintu kyafa. There is no
according to your observation, let's assume
a professional body for journalists died. Is not functional. They have been telling journalists until that might decay, might take a wrong, but it never decays. On the statute, when you look at the statute, the 1995 media statute, you have a professional body. You have a membership. Membership is divided into 3 categories. 1, full members, you must have a university degree. The second members, to buy honorary members. If you don't have a university degree, then you are not a member, you cannot stand for elections, and you cannot be voted. You cannot vote.
Kasoke malize kino wala kibuzo kyengenda okubuuza muzeyi Tamale.
Ate kati gwe nkugambye kati ombuuza kikyo kyategedde.
Ogamba niju yafa.
Ogamba nti omusajja yazadde nkunyonnyola nti omusajja taba na lubuto tayinza kuzaala mu ddwaliro.
Kati tukimanyi National Media Council regulating aba journalists mu Uganda.
Kiri ekintu
and your observation
you have so many things. Let us handle one issue at a time.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Government in 95 gave a lot of money to government bawafula be bakirimu nga bwawafula balimiddwa okuwamba wuja nibagaa katukolewe professional body nembagamba objectivity is not legalized. I have never appeared before court of law.
Objective is not legality.
Bonna abantu teyo badduka. Kakati mweyo mwe muri media council mweri etteeka lyaleta media council. You register, a journalist must be registered. A journalist must have a practice certificate gojirina njina ojijjawa ngate biri byafu
najija ku National Media Council
wa etachakole etaliyo
anti observation yo ne offices
eriwa Media Council yeriwa media manya niju eriruda bateri me the president of niju
and National Media Council
eva muno media etteeka lye limu lye lyagiteekawo without a functioning professional body ate ojjawa
kati olinga agamba National Media Council teriiwo mu mateeka
ate nga soko enanga asooka atulage the headquarters of NIJU and the president of NIJU in Uganda and where you go annually to get a practice certificate.
Nze Tamale olinga agamba National Media Council eriwo mu bumenyi bw'amateeka
is a product of the media, the professional body which is dead. Kubanga the intention of the law yali ya gundi njuki naafa yali ya cheye naafa cheye yagenda mu government nze nange bali bantajetinze president upgraded my education kati nina degree B.
So which body do we have for now?
Teriwo
Ugamba kino enanga kyafulumiza okugamba bannamawulire bonna bagenda okukola campaigns balina okubeera nga bali accredited ekibiina ekitaliiyo.
Let us assume parliament bwebanga teriiwo can you have a committee of parliament?
Hapana.
Ekyo kyali mu NRF. The military commission under Paul Mwanga and Yoweri Museveni captured the power. UNRF ne power ne basigalawo as a standing committee. Kakati njagala nanga mbulire the headquarters of NIJU where I can go for accreditation. And once you a member of the professional body, a lawyer, can a lawyer get accreditation to work in Uganda? You get a certificate. When you go to Kenya, how can you tell a Ugandan journalist? So
is this a direct attack on media?
The anti-Shenkubulia Shiribwechit. Agataba no Kalaba. This from media in
Uganda.
Nababulia Nembagamba. Nzetewali mu Uganda just one Seko. Nabagamba. To begin with, government has to endeavor appreciate media operations. Democratic governance also dictates that the government world over must ensure press freedom. However, this must be dual carry for media practitioners to gain from their social contract with the masses, because we have a social contract with the masses. Professional ethics must be upheld. Objectivity and accuracy in reporting are very important. Societies will always shun an arrogant media institution, especially when there is an alternative. This calls to mind chinua chebe is no longer as is. Kakati nkugamba nti professionalizing journalism Uganda.
Wana Uganda?
Yes, in professionals waliwo terms zotamanyi. When you go to court without a lawyer, court does not see you. Kakati njagala ombulire which constitutes professionalism in media. Nti muine bigambo bimwogera balabye batategere. Objectivity and fairness are inborn. A journalist is not trained. Training gives you knowledge. Kakati bwe kibalwana nakyo nakibawandikira wano. Checkbook journalism ubakubira Museveni. Sente za Museveni zawaayo okuwa amawulire bazibba. Nti buli task force gyateeka weereka etubbi mabanja milioni zange 600 ayina gwe yalagira azimpi n'azibba. Nje mukolako ng'abalala bonna. Kubanga media relationship what you are dealing with is the fact that the media is tilting towards Bobiwine.
The media is exposing
the amateurism of the police.
But accredited and regulated to bring fairness, to bring fairness and balance reporting. Tamale, wakati wange nawe tukirabye nti mu campaign zino katono nyonga tonasoma mu campaign zino tulabye ngo mulimu gwaffe buyingiddwamu abantu abatasoma mawulire ninga babakola live reporting
babasinga ati babasinga
babakola live reporting
ati babasinga kati tunuulira medical doctors, psychologists failed. Mama Fina ali prominent. Koja Chimbo yakola gundi. Wona ganti kamba janja be Museveni government iriba shirimpa. Why? Because the psychologists have failed to tell you that poverty affects your libido. Kakati atebo bali to go bogenda mu ba doctor okufuna yo onogondi gwe bakola. Bakubuza condition zaki bano ba Chimbowa ba herbalists bajanjabi endadde nnyo including cancer which doctors cannot. How can a quack doctor do better work in an election? Nze ntambula mu kibuga oyinza okulowooza nti waliwo abagoberera ng'owulira olwogano bali ku smartphones balaba Bobiwine's rallies. Bobiwine yabagamba, don't expect us to have a fair coverage. Ffenna tufuuke TV. Kakati enanga tamanyi. Instead of telling his masters that this is a problem, the problem even if you cover nkubulya goli wa mawulire. Bobiwine nga yakuyise oyo omwogezi we Ssenyonyi n'ofuna opondo n'akuyita olagawa.
Ngenda wa Ssenyonyi.
Yes. Ewa Ssenyonyi katuukira wa Kayinja. Aka Museveni baba akabbye edda. Kakati if you don't address nabandi wait nakuwandikira negamba checkbook journalism. This is where journalists are induced to doctor stories and the practice is prevalent in Uganda. In fact, the first item journalists attended to at public functions is to list down their names of those in attendance and submit it to the organizers for inducements. Interestingly, the organizers make it part of the budget. On many occasions, squabbles arising from these inducements erupt between organizers and journalists. It was noted earlier that before the advent of NRM, journalism was despised. Practicing the profession was referred to as abolugambo, occupation for rumor mongers. The stereotype, kakati nkugamba, nti Bobiwine yabasinzizza, yasitadinga, n'ategeera nti abamawulire ba Uganda, media institutions are under the total control
of the state.
What do? Let me create in this atmosphere, create a TV without boundaries.
The online TVs. Is this a direct attack on the media?
Auntie, bano tebanyonyola. Let Museveni use trusted people. I'm only working for him because I'm committed. Since a kid to come. Nenga nange munziba. Nze program zino bansasula. No. Nenga oleta dombo mbwanfuge. Ngolota akakiiko. Mbukaliko simanyi ofono. Kali kane. Kaliko doni. Gowagoba. Attention gentule nabane madman. Let Museveni ask his media experts, why is Bobiwine scoring on media? Not to use force, no.
He's scoring on social media than mainstream media.
Kakati tuchafa yukumu. In fact, mwenchiwandika kambabulizi na banalizing the Bobiwine. Nembaga nti Bobiwine wabakubira ku media. Nti media yamu ekyeve wandika ku gundi ku Bobiwine erimu nti Bobiwine kakati mutunuulire temulaga laliza Bobiwine naye mukimanyi nti ne TV za mwezo nanaki Bobiwine ye last item mukimanyi nti mu bulletin Bobiwine lwaki ye last item
anti wenkubuuza
who directed you
kyenkubuuza
can explain why Bobiwine is always on the last item. These media owners have learned when you broadcast in the bulletin the item about Bobiwine ngabantu bagenda.
So where's the democracy we talk about?
What these people have decided to do, the media owners, is Bobiwine is always the last item. You keep these people glued on your TV as they wait. Why? Because the news they wait, which is different. I worked for the president for 14 years. Museveni travels the country canvassing support on the same program. Tarimba. He used the same message in Arua. He used the same message. This does not work well with the journalist. This is when Museveni starts a rally on headlines, 3 days later, he will move to page 3. Because the news is what is new. Disclosing, you are saying something for the first time. What the Bobiwines are saying, for them they are like chameleons, they change according to the environment. Njabawa masanyalazi, njakubadize mundu. This makes headlines. Every kasera inachi. Kubanga, the role of Bobiwine, amanyita ajja kufuga gwanga tajja kuwangula Museveni. That one I know. Na ye kyakola to excite the population.
Katononyo.
Where is Museveni's media team? The Minister of Information in our cover is now busy campaigning for herself. ekyokuli ono lyonna emirundi mumugjeeko wano if I did not resist singani abogerera tumugjeeko wano tumugja ku program eno tumugjeeko jijjeeko kolinzi goba bamutogo bagwasi njagala omulezi oba njagala ndaba ajijjako jako program yange mukolinzi goba bamutogo bagwasi bentwe bajasi
tewali ajajijjako mzee Tamale.
Why do I move with the hammer? He's a madman. He's what? Kakati singa nze saali zizitinga nembabeeramu okujja okubujuuza abantu.
So kono bukuba nga kujoga bwetulaba Bobiwine ayina dominance ku social media that can't be regulated. Naye mainstream is regulated. Katono nyo Bobiwine ayina coverage ku mainstream.
Mugambe kana akawala ka media center ni internet kajimonitoring.
Labayo, isn't the media democracy compromised?
No, analyze. Mbadde nkunyumiza nti the rise of radio in America bagenda ne bagwera radio station nti ewemula abasajja tebagenda mu international waters ne bateekako radio yaabwe yes era ng'ewemula mu Latin America ng'ewemula mu America bali mu international waters what are you going to do to them? During the Falkland War the BBC was jammed in Latin America. Abalase bawa Argentina technology. Kakati what are you going to do? Why do I have the largest following? Nataddeko ekiro ku saawezi satu ngamba nembateekako nga boogera how they plotted to put Kasolo in jail, how they killed this man nga boogera bennyini nti Kasolo is innocent. The whole thing was intended to put Kasolo in jail. Boogera
era yabyeganyi yagenze ku electoral commission.
Kakati olaba bwe bakyuse the issue has changed from the dead man to rallies. Kiri kirazeewa killing a person to put another one in jail. Can we work with you? Not to omwana otwale omutwe mu parliament basibe kadaga. Where is the case? One would day answer. One day answer. Because you slaughter a kid to take a head to parliament to implement kadaga in murder and which could have not the omukazi Lumumba is in hiding. Niye mubakola lwakite mubavaamu abantu bano tubalekere ekintu kyabwe nidda mafia tugirekere gavumenti yaabwe
tumalirize ekintu kya media kubanga kitukwatako nga
laba Lumumba nti when the president directed as chairman nti badelegates abajja mbawe emitwalo 10 kakati president
bagamba 25 bafuna 10
anti 10 president makes concessions depending on how he has assessed the situation. He is a human being. Nagenda mweri ya nimwajuinga yo wapoye. Emitwalo 10 muzaiti gitumala naga nti babawe 15 nemuga nti abadde atubba. Omukazi utafunanga ku mirembe. Ate nga nabawandikira mu katabo muno nemba gamba Lumumba is why Lumumba will succeed where others have failed. Lumumba is the only secretary general in the history of Uganda with the Kirunda, Louis Kirunda, who have not tried to undermine their bosses using the secretariat. The first secretary general of UPC was Kakonge. Kakonge better undermined him because he was more educated. Namu tricking and Namganda, Katawichobokola, better ku headquarters or coordinating Jakutwanya 10 nominees. Kakonge, Obeteti Amute Kamu 10 nominees. He went as Uganda was celebrating independence. Kakonge was the first exile. He fled to Tanzania. Paulo Muwanga, because era Paulo Muwanga chivu yafuga UPC. Paulo Muwanga offered his parliamentary seat to Kakonge. Obete ne yedita Grace Ibingira. Grace Ibingira connived with the Mengo leaders in the 66 to remove Obete. Secretary General. Obete ne yedita Felix Onama. Onama yegatana mini na amujako. Secretary General. Museveni ne Obete ne yedita Louis Kirunda. Kirunda never attempted to overthrow Obete. Loyal. Total loyalty. So Museveni ne yedita Mbabazi kuba Secretary General yamukubiye ekibu. The only Secretary General in history who have never tried to undermine their bosses is Lumumba and Louis Kirunda. I wonder, I think they were so very wrong.
So never Mugamba Balimusako Matiba.
Ojukira anti President Luyalemu Delegates Conference by shouting at Lumumba. Who did it? A woman in the State House. Yagala was Secretary General. Ayagala was Secretary General. Ngani President Abawamu. Arrogance never changed. Ye yagula abayiso ne bamuoganira. nkutereko nkukubira akatambi nga kaka yogera n'oyo mukazi mu State House nkukuba doke nga bagala kujjako Lumumba. How can you Lumumba aba red paper ne bakuba Lumumba zibade gati sinik sintu intakatete ati nzije nembatta mwe mbayira sidi wensangawo. You spoil my marriage. What type of media is this? By suppressing. This is not a media. These are mediocres, mercenaries. Kati bukedde abadde akuba naye mbaga nti bane bukedde bwolaba akuba nga talekerawo yakulaze ne baga nti muzaata agenda kululuma.
What can we do to restore the media independence?
No, wait. The elections are remaining with 26 days if not 30 days. The government has failed to respond to this new strategy by Bobiwine. Nti n'amawulire agakusibisizza neigundi akikusibisizza and they are denting Museveni ichi.
Kino kyonna kijjidde mu kuba Bobiwine.
This is how Muwanga spoiled Obote's election. Obote yali amaze okuwangula akalulu 17 MPs had gone unopposed. Siba na abamu batumwebaza abatasobola kuwangula bakasajja abatasobola kuwangula.
So nga tumaliza mzee yogamba nti Bobiwine anamanya ku social media.
Nera bamuwanga bwajja nadikire nga bali
bagamba nti Bobiwine anamanya ku social media mainstream tali. So kino kyabaita
nango bamunziba. How much money? Omuntu agende wa president yamubuuza. How much money do you give that man? Is laughable.
So mzee kino kibaleta.
Nagano omusala gwabo.
Kino kibaleta.
Ompa milioni emu n'ekitundu.
Kino kibaleta kyakuba
advisor milioni emu kitundu. How does the salary reflect it?
Kino kibaleta kyakuba Bobiwine ku social media.
Ne yabalemyeko. Amini yesanga mu kizibu kyekimu. Tanzania yateekawo radio Tanzania Dar es Salaam. Nga kuliko akawala akamba akaitanga nakata akaleje nga boogera luziba Luganda olufu. Radio Tanzania nga abantu bajiwulira mu kisenge bati Amini okukamala. Kati Amini n'ayita ba elders beyita ba elders. N'abagandi banna Radio Tanzania mujiwulira. Sajja nagandi tasaba tetujiwulira. Naye bakuvumirako nnyo ate gwe gyotawulira. Mirundi twamukyawa tetumulya naye akasajja kavuma abantu. You are stupid. How can you know that I'm abusive if you don't listen to what I say? Kakati bano beenanga balemu okuyimirirawo ne bagamba bakama baabwe I'm a policeman. I'm not going to do Nabakova's work. I'm not going to do the media work. Agundi mwali kawala ni mukaleta ni mugoba mutabazi. Omulenzo oli ajoga abantu. Mbwateke wakawala ajeke moyo mwali. Ajeke mba beli kitawe bamuti. Kakati mwe is you are reaping what you planted. You chased away all the experts. The expert mwabagoba media experts mwabagoba. Ofane yali adusana okuduka ngalaze wuwe. Nimuleta gundi Rogers mulindwa n'amaloba bakolera emyaka 5. When it comes to money, Rogers mulindwa mubi. Dombo n'atuula kubaali ya center an agent of you are reaping what you planted. It's not Bobiwine.
Katoyemune mboze ndala yakoza mawulire wiki wedde nakulwa kwetu kyalimu.
To humiliate your people, you are allies. The more you humiliate your allies, you are paying. Rani
kibuli temujonga babakolera. Yali asaba omukulembeze gw'eggwanga okufunira aba masekati entambula enabayambako okuddukanya emirimu gyabwe egyokulya olwokulabirira empyo
abantu ne bajoga buli muntu yenna
weewaawo wiiki ewedde omukulu Sheikh Yusuf Sonko head of House of Zakat ekibuli yavuddeyo n'akakasa lwatu nti bafunye emmotoka 12 omulizi Lexus ne Land Cruisers emmotoka ziri 11 era nga yakakasiza nti n'endala eziwera ddala 40 zikyali ku Hotel Africana bagezaako zitereza kuzitako number plate wamu n'ebintu ebirala. Tukirabyeko n'abalala omuli aba Interreligious Council omuli abakatuliki omuli aba Protestant bonna amadini baze bafune emmotoka okuva eri omukulembeze w'eggwanga. Naye kino kye twebuuza mu kaseera mwe zijjidde, is it a campaigning strategy oba okusaba kwabo kuddibwamu? Mzee Tamale.
Anti kankubuulire. What's the perception of Ugandans? The perception of Ugandans, bakulinda, novuma. The moment you change, I was telling you, how you will get through humiliation. I lost my political career, but why didn't I abandon Museveni? He listened to the tape. Gabatudde, nalweso yenna musonyiye. After listening to Mwenda's Gun, Mwenda says, oli omujozi yali anzanyirako n'aleetawo. Tolinjogako yadde omulambo gwange mulenzi gwe. Tolinjogako gwe. Kakati, but why didn't I abandon the president? Nali nkimanyi. In politics, you cannot move from one end of politics to the other. Bidandi oyinake wekoledde mbabaze nti this is the best man. Kakati how do you turn around? Kakati ekyo kyekikubya abakulembeze bonna. When you see a couple quarreling at night, it is followed. A quarrel is always followed up by silence. The quarrel is over whether the quorum, you have a quorum to the speaker has the quorum to open up parliament. A quarrel in a couple's bedroom is always followed up by a silence or a funny noise. Kakati ffe tukulinda, etukugamba obadde ovuma Museveni ng'oli munnaddiini, obadde okolera ggwanga oba obadde okolera mmotoka, kasita ogifuna gwaggwogwa nga bakufiisa.
Aho wenyini wenjagala okuwulira nti
is a beneficiary.
Opposition yabadde nga bagamba nti etsubi lyonna tulina Kibuli nga bagamba Namirembe basirika.
Kibuli yakubiddwa.
Nga bagamba Lubaga
mbadde mpaana nnyo akatabo kange nabadde mpandiise ku the political magic of the Kakungulu family nakwokeza. Bagudde. Katonda yanyambye nemba nga sinnakafulumya. Badde bankwatiddeyo. Kubanga kati buuza nabagamba nti bukeddeeyo bw'ogitunuulira ekiraga ekinaddako. Kakati what does it mean? It means that Kibuli was split into two groups. The anti-Museveni group, the group that feared that we are losing our credibility. Kakati ne bayo group endala ekyo mu Baganda tukirina. Abaganda ab'ekika ky'obutiko bafiirwa jjajjaabwe omukulu w'ekika ab'obutiko the marshal omukiraano. Kakati jjajjaabwe bwe bamuziika after 4 days grave neemera obutiko. The argument ensued, tuli obutiko buno atuba tulidde jjajja. Abalala ne bagaa nti jjajja atugabudde, olaba ne mu ttaka atugabudde, lwaki taleese kye tutalya? Kakati because of the democracy of the Baganda, the clan split into two. Ab'obutiko n'abakatinvuma over this issue. Obutiko tubulye obuli ku malaalo ga jjajja oba nedda. They did not kill each other. The group that accepted to eat the mushrooms on their clan leader's grave said, jjajja atugabudde ekijjulo. We cannot reject it. Bo be b'obutiko. Abali obutiko be bakatinvuma. Kakati that is what happens in groups. Now it is clear. The battle between Muzata, the widow, and the Bokede issue, what this man was saying. The widow, it seems, was saying, do you believe that if Kibuli received the vehicles, Muzata wouldn't get their spokesperson? Their face, Muzata was the face of Kibuli. So it seems the widow is quarreling over who should take this vehicle now that my husband is dead. The second point I learned from there, who was this group that was spoiling the waters, mudding the waters in Kibuli? Etwalayo Bobiwine. Nabagamba ti Bobiwine ab'Ekibuli si be bamuyita. There is a faction, not the old sheikhs. Bobiwine musajja mugezi nnyo. Bobiwine okuyimba kwe kwamuyamba nnyo nti akola ebintu Museveni byatasobola kukola. Era mbagamba bulijjo nti if a woman who shouts obscenities engages in a verbal battle with a decent woman, the other one wins. Toka yakuwe mulabuwemuzi kakati kaleke naawe kaleke tokaddamu sikumaze. Kakati Bobiwine alina ebintu byakola byatasobola kukola ba gentlemen. Bobiwine bw'agenda Ekibuli n'ategeera nti eri omuntu eyafudde Ekibuli akwata abantu 100. Abamu tebaba n'abasiraamu n'abambaza Juba. Asatu n'agateeka emabega w'ekidaala, asatu n'agateeka mu middle, asatu n'agateeka wano okumwaniriza. Immediately he arrives, these front people batandika okukuba mu ngalo. N'abeeri mu middle, n'abeeri ne bawaga. Kakati these people are overwhelmed. Kyova olaba yayogera Ekibuli ne ŋŋamba nti mulumbe banaamugaana already they are captured. Kakati ne bamugamba alina strategy. Ti Bobi Wine okwogera ayogera atya. bwe bayita Latifu Sebagala ajja ayogere mu bayimamu bonna bagamba bayimamu agenda okuboogerera kubanga osooka kuwamba gundi master of ceremonies bayimamu bonna agenda okuboogerera ye imamu wa parliament olwakwata akazindalo yagamba bannaffe ng'enkola bweri ne munnaffe ali wano naye kakoleki kayogere ku Bobiwine n'ayogera. I was investigating why Museveni sends the women, these young girls, the Nakalimas and what, ku Islamic functions. Anti Muslimu tagenda ku jeneza. It means the Chigongos knew what was happening. Chigongo wamulabayo. Chigongo yali ategedde nti this is a battle between the people in Kibuli. If Chigongo went there, it would have been shouted down. One, Kibuli was split over Motoka.
So eriya babadde babala emmotoka babadde kusaidia Bobiwine
ababala emmotoka tebabadde kusaidia abatagala mmotoka bebabadde batwala Bobiwine
abatayagala mmotoka bebadde bamutwala
ababadde beyambisa institution politically kati Museveni abasilence naye abalese bubi Museveni abalese bubi nnyo.
What does this take our country?
Anti nze kyovolaba the chief advisor of myself is myself
kubanga abaloyi b'emyoyo tubasubira okubeera nga bali independent.
Namini yazibawa. No, separate the two.
Okay, zine emmotoka baziwadde mu mutima ki?
Mulungi, they are mobilizers.
For the NRM.
Bannaddiini, bakole omulimu gwabwe. Olunaku lumu gundi babuuza President babuuza gundi babuuza yali Cardinal Otunga. Cardinal Otunga had a different approach to politics in Kenya. Because the Kenyan politics is tribalized. Few people didn't know that Otunga was a Kamba. Otunga kadi Otunga yali mukamba. Naye nga ye mugezi. He used to go to Moi's place at night to influence him. Babuuza omubaka wa Papa Kenya, why don't you condemn Moi? Naga abaganya okusoma. What has he done to the Catholic Church? Religious leaders move to fight the government when their survival is in danger. Nge Burundi okuwera seminarios okole kati Museveni aganye okukola ki buli w'omulumba n'omeandering into politics you lose. And as a result all institutions, religious institutions that we are fighting Museveni have ended up destroying themselves. Tulina monument nti ekkanisa yatunda church eyo egikabirira Museveni aga nti efuuke monument it must be gazetted. Bagenda mu kooti ne babagamba ekkanisa mukyagala nti kanisa tetujagala fe twasebere n'okuweereza omwawuli emyaka 10 egiyise n'ebembalase ne bakwata ddodo nembakuba kakati today Catholic Church is divided into 4 archdioceses. Tulina bakibisoposi bana buli omu yeetokerera omwo. Tetulina leader of the Catholic Church. The leader of the Catholic Church is the chairman of the Episcopal Conference. Kakati kitegeeza tine churches nazo religious groups. Museveni is telling them, don't meander into politics.
They are supposed to be
niringiye yafuna early retirement ya Jasule Museveni.
Mzeyitama tuchimanyirwa tuna opinion leaders nga basatu babika bisatu. Tulina mu president as the fountain of honor. Tulina mu abakulu b'ennono, tulina mu n'abalwi b'emwoyo. Okay? Recently
ono minister w'emmengo wa Batatrade
yabuzanga interreligious council yavayo ne
tusubiza move in a convoy is moving in a convoy minister wa Batatrade
interreligious council yavayo ne tusubiza nya bagena take out presidential gun debates is as limited
me. I'm happy. I'm a very happy man. All of the institutions that were causing us trouble have been destroyed.
Let me drive this question.
In fact, this is, unless Museveni makes a mistake and it is money, an election without money has restored the voters' dignity. Sente temuli. Era Bobiwine temumutegeera. Bobiwine amaze okukitegeera nti abaali bamuwa sente tebakyazina Museveni account yazigala. Ekyokubiri Bobiwine n'ategeera nti aba people power abasinga obungi 80% have been saying 80% of people power candidates and abagenda mu parliament belong to the mafia gang. Bagala kudominating parliament baleme babuza sente za covid tetukubunga abantu ne mubaka lumulabe.
Interreligious council mu 2018 yalina okuorganizinga
kugambye
national dialogue neremerwa bade balina okuorganizinga presidential debates nga nnya nebiremererwa
ogola yatulanga mu ntebe
ogola how much do they stress
look what this
are they compromised
it depends
nze Tamale intelligence council are they compromised
nze ngoberera nnyo ecclesia y'abasodox they are not far away from the Catholic Church ecclesia y'abasodox alibeera faza awasa you marry if you are going to be a priest. If you want to be a bishop, you don't marry. Tuwasa. Kakati it depends what do you want. Ebintu bya mwebisinga obukulu biba bimu. If you find somebody scanning the bush, now we know kutama ononye. First ask him, what are you looking for, gentleman? If he doesn't tell you why he's bending and what he's looking for, when he walks away, you walk away because you don't know what he was looking for. In many cases, people who attack Museveni are just drawing his attention. Those people, once they get what they want, they abandon you. Chobula nze ngoba byange. Sina advisor, sina abamba wa people power, one, I'm here to stay beyond the elections. I'm here to stay beyond the Museveni's government. I'm still young. Sikwatibwamu. Kakati mmwe temumala kwebuuza nti omuntu ono ali ekibuli avuma Museveni. Even Muzata, the late Muzata at one time demanded a job, an advisory job from Museveni.
Wow.
Yes.
The sharp talk egende mukumula mukatono nyo tubina nembozi yakoza mole wiki
what are they looking for? Are they fighting for your interest or not?
Sanctions katugende mukumulako embozi je